Hello, hi. I don't think I'm streaming to Facebook this morning, but that's okay. That's probably because I scheduled this for Tuesday, and this round I've scheduled I've been super organised, and I've scheduled everything, but then I forgot that we were going away for a couple of days. So yes, we've been to London Monday and Tuesday. We got back yesterday. So yeah, we went last November and loved going just before Christmas, and we didn't really have the funds to go this year, but I'd got Craig. A show that we were supposed to see last year got cancelled 2 hours before. It was on a few weeks and there weren't any tickets left, so we couldn't go see it. But then it got transferred to the West End, and I sneakily got Craig back in February, March, 2 tickets for his birthday, which was in August, as a birthday gift, to go again this same week. And it was getting closer and closer, and I thought, setting up a new studio, craft studio and things like that, no spare funds to really go to London. But kindly, a lady who lives in London that I do some freelance work for kindly accommodated us for 2 evenings, and so we drove down, and yeah, we've had a lovely little break, and we're back. I won't say feeling refreshed, because we were up at 6 o'clock yesterday morning and set off at 10 to 7, got home for lunchtime, which got home just before 12, included picking the dog up. So we did really well. We did it in under 5 hours. And then last night, of course, I had a full class. But hey, Betty, but it was the Christmas wreath making last night in my studio. So I wasn't teaching, I was just making drinks and helping tidy up and, yeah, doing things like that. Hey, Betty, good to see you. I'm normally on a Tuesday afternoon now, but we've been in London, so I'm here. So yes, I'm going to do, it's round 51 and it's week number 3. And then round 52 starts on the 30th of December. And I've had 4 bookings, I think, for that. So in fact, let me share. So this is with those lovely hobby papers that have got, I'll show you this one because it's got a bit more. I've not even switched my screen round. So let's do that. Let's switch the screen round. I'm a little bit out of practice. There we go. Okay, try again. I'll just lower my camera. Okay, so these are the Hobby Haven papers, and this is what we are using next time. And they are fab. There's 2 sheets of papers for like stitchers, knitters, sewers, things like that. So that's a card we're doing. I've used those papers a lot because I do cross stitch as well. In fact, I've used those ones on every card I've made. I made my niece a birthday card. One of the papers has got skincare bits on, but there's also die cut pieces too. So these are the gorgeous papers. I've shown them over the few weeks, but they're fabulous. The colours are fab. So there's an option just to have the papers and the card kits, and there's also an option to have the papers and the card kits and this really useful stamp set called Simply Said. So it's a really reasonably priced round. It's only 5 weeks this time, because there's no dies, and I'm itching to get going with new stuff in the new year, which just picked up yesterday. It came, my pre-order for the spring summer came while we were away, so I collected that from the local newsagent, and I'm going to do a video. I'll probably do that later on today. In fact, I might actually do it after this, but yeah, I'm going to do, and there's something that I've got that I want to do for the next round of coffee and card, which will start in February. So I will share that. So look out for that on an unboxing video. So we're on week 3. So if you do want to sign up to this, I would love it. And it starts at that really naff period in between Christmas and New Year where we've nothing to do but craft. Yay! So sometimes people are off work, and yeah, so that's going to start on Tuesday the 30th of December. Oh, also, I've added on, I'm doing it as an in-person class on the 3rd of January, if you're local. And then I've also popped a bingo night. Bingo's back, but rather than doing the version with the sort of digital bingo cards, I'm going to go old school and send you some paper bingo cards, if that means that more people might access it. So that's going to be on Wednesday the 7th. That's online. Wednesday the 7th. It's going to be an online bingo night. So that should be fun. Okay. So that's already, you can visit my events page by visiting that email or that website address that's scrolling along the bottom. Okay, let me just, there we go. So hi Anne, hey Debbie, and hey Betty. We've got 3 of you on. You're the 3 musketeers. So thanks for being on when we weren't supposed to be. So in this week's, this is a bit of a Marmite card. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But what I've done is I'm using the letters, and I've done M and C for Merry Christmas. And as you can see, I've used the Merry Christmas ephemera, which is here. I've got one here, and I've just cut the front letter off, and I've made a feature. Now, when I did this in person, people chose to not do this, and they did joy instead. They did 2 joy cards, but that's fine. I shared it last week. So you will only have in your pack a card base. We're doing it opens that way, and you should have a Merry Christmas ephemera, and I've probably cut you an M and C as well. Okay, now I'm going to cut those out. I had cut them out, but lovely Debbie messaged me and sold me an extra kit. So to save time and get the kit out, I popped the letters that I'd cut out in the kit. So I don't have any. That's fine because I can cut them now. I love these letters. I absolutely love them. And I agree, they're not cheap. They're in the big catalogue, the main catalogue. They're not cheap. They're a purchase. But I'm using them all the time. I made a card for my niece with a name on, and I just cut the papers out. I made a card for Evan, my son Evan, and just cut papers out with them. They're great for scrapbooking. So, but they are a Christmas present price. So if you're looking for something for Christmas, then, you know, perhaps they could be on your Christmas list, because I will guarantee that you'll use them a lot, and we're using them again next week. And if you do if you are a scrapbooker, then they're obviously, it goes without saying, they're great for that. Now I do have a scrapbook page to share, but I'm not allowed to share it yet. We've got a new monthly promotion starting next week, and it's called Product of the Month. And when you spend a set amount, it's £70, you can get the product of the month for just £5. but watch this space on that, because I'm going to talk about that next week and do a video on that. But I've been asked if I'll be on the council, the demo council for Stampin' Up. So I'm representing Europe. Well, there's a lady from France on it, and I think a Dutch lady, and then we're representing Europe, but we're on a team of 12 demos from all around the world, and I was invited to be on it. So I've created some projects with it because I've already got the product. It's my month, so we're going to take it in turns every 4 months to do a. So I've done a scrapbook page and 3 other projects. One of which has been gifted because it was my sister's birthday. So I did it. She was 5th. Well, it's actually this weekend, but she had a party last weekend. So I did a big square card, and I die cut the word 50. So that's a nice little alternative. Anne's used hers lots too. So Anne's got them. Anne is loving them. They are so handy. If someone's got a bigger name, it's just an excuse to make a bigger card, a longer name. So I'm going to cut my paper down. I'm using this Christmas tree one because I didn't want it to be too fancy at the back, but you can use whatever you want. This star one might work quite nice. And I'm just going to cut my paper to 10 by 14.3 and a bit. Oh, it's good to be back on. I actually quite like the Thursday thing. This afternoon, though, I had to do it this morning because on a Thursday afternoon I go and tutor a girl in crafting. Okay, so that's going to sit there. But now I'm thinking, I don't know if that's too gold, you see. Do you know what? I'm not going to stick anything down yet. Oh, actually, looking at it on the screen, it doesn't look. You've done. Oh, and sorry, my computer jumped then. Anne's done some long DL cards. That's what I did for Molly with Merry and Happy. That sounds fab, Anne. Okay, so now we need to cut some trees out. This is the only piece of paper I've got left. I did have a new pack, but I've sent it to the lovely lady. So you can cut any sort of trees out that you want to. So I'm going to go a bit different. I've just done 2 individual trees, but I might cut this block of trees out and see how it looks. Oh, I've got 5 on now. Do say hello. I am on a different time. You've not gone back in time to Tuesday. I'm on a different day. I just didn't want to record it. I much prefer chatting with you live. And in all honesty, I didn't have time to record it as well. So Sunday was a bit crazy because it was my sister's and my niece's birthday party. Oh, I do like that. And then I might use this one individual one. Oh, we've got 7 on now. Please do say hello if you're watching. We're very friendly. I'm thinking of putting that one there. Okay. So I'm just laying things on for now. I'm not sticking anything down. So what you do with this now, there's a couple of, hey Janet, oh thank you for signing up, Janet. I've just realised you're the lady who joined us. Thank you. This is where we are. We're normally here on a Tuesday afternoon at 2. So welcome, you're Debbie's new lovely team member. Okay, so I've not stuck anything down yet. What I've done on this one is I've cut the M off and the C, but then I very, very carefully, and I'm not going to do this on this one because Janet, what you soon realise is I'll make one for the sample and then decide that either I wish I'd have done it a certain way or I want to try a different way. So with this one, I got a basic black stamping blend. They were on the Black Friday sale, and disappointingly, everything, well, there wasn't much on it anyway, but some people did manage to get a few bits, but I don't know if the black ones are available. The blends had money off. They had 40% off, but there's not many colours left. There are still some, but not many colours. I've coloured very carefully around the gold, okay? What you can also do is rub with a blending brush over, and it shouldn't catch the gold if you use some ink. On this one, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it white, but I am going to cut the M off. So when you do it, I don't know if you can see, I'm just going to go in here. You've all got this Mary. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to cut round and follow the E round. Like that. And then I'm going to just cut on the diagonal with the Y, like that. So it says Erie. And then I'm just going to tidy that up there. Oh, we've got to cut the C off. I was being really careful and cutting around it. There we go. So I think I'm going to do it like this. So, oh, and just if you have rushed ahead, then the M and the C are layered up with some dimensionals. Oh, I've missed this. I know I've only been away for 3 days, but I've missed some crafty time. So that's going to stick on there. Okay, so let's grab the foam pads. These are great because they're about the width of, they're just a little bit wider than a dimensional. So kudos to whoever designed them. I don't know if they took that into account, but it's very, very handy. Things like that make me happy because I just think someone's thought about that. I might not have done it, might be chance, but I'll be a glass half full and person and think that they did it on purpose. I'm rambling on. You'll find this, Janet. I ramble on, Janet. Okay, so they're layered up. So what I would do, I always like to pop things on without the glue showing and just look at where I want them if they're okay. So I'd look at that measurement. That's not quite right. I'm only leaving a fairly small gap in between. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take this one off. Oh, what you do have to do is just make sure wherever you put your Christmas, you've got plenty of room. So just a little reminder, bookings open for the next coffee and card. It starts on the 30th of December. You don't have to be on live watching all the time. You can catch up. Okay. So we've no stamping again this week. So what I'm going to do with this is what you need to be mindful of, because we've layered up the M, if you stick that on, it needs some reinforcement under there. It needs a foam pad at that side to make it level. So apologies if you are a seasoned crafter and you know that, but you need to make it level like that now. So the foam pad's there, but then it's going to glue there, and then it's all level. Oops. So again, I'm just popping these on now just to see where I want them. And with this, it's the same thing applies. So these are sticky, so you can peel the left-hand side off and have it sticky. And then for the other side, you need a foam pad, dimensional, but I'm going to cut one of these down because it's a little bit too wide. It's going to go there like that. This one can just be stuck on. These are so handy because they're sticky. Just need to actually, and the cardboard as well. So they're so handy. I've got quite a lot left, and what I've decided, I've got some of those, you know, those green and red, the fab green and red papers that I did, or these ones, the ginghams, and I did the PDF, so I did lots of cards with them. Oh, have I frozen? There we go, I frozen, sorry. I did lots of cards, and I did a 12 card PDF. What I'm going to do is, because I've got a lot of the ephemera bits left and some papers, I'm going to make up some kits to make a few cards. Haven't decided how many. I'm going to look at what stuff I've got, and basically I'll pop in card blanks, card bases, some bits of card ephemera and some papers, and I'm going to sell them as some card kits for people to do. So watch this space for that as well. That's one of my jobs. In fact, I've not written that on my jobs list, so I need to do that. There we have this week's card. So I've done it slightly different, and it's a little bit more glitzy than the other one. There's a bit more gold, but I've not coloured the black in. So there we go. That's today's, and this was the original. And as always, I've enhanced it a little bit, made some changes. So there are today's cards. Just have a drink. Craig kindly made me a lovely big coffee before we started. So which do you prefer? You like the stars? I do. I prefer this one now, I think. You're welcome, Janet. I hope you can join us for another round. I know you'll be back. We've got a few more weeks left of this one, but now you know where we are. I'm also doing a demonstrator day online. I think Debbie mentioned you might be interested in that too. That's towards the end of January, and that's all about scrapbooking. So there we go. There is today's. That's week 3. Week 3? Yeah.
And finally, what I like to do is I share what we're doing next week. Now, this was probably the most commented on one when I have put pictures of this on my socials, but we're going to do this joy card. It's a little bit battered. It's been all over the place, this one. Oh, thanks, Betty. So this is the joy card, dead easy to do. I've cut the letters out for you. So it won't take as long next week. Just a little alternative. If you want to make it a little bit fancier next week, you could emboss the background piece with an embossing folder. Just a thought there. Like a snowy one would be nice. So yeah, that's next week's card. Then the week after that is a tricky one, and then we're doing an ornament the week after that. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I will be back as normal on Tuesday afternoon at 2, and I hope to see you there. So have a lovely few days. It's not as long until I see you again. Well, I don't see you, but it's not too long until I spend some time with you again. Thank you to people new. Janet, welcome, who've watched along, and to the people who didn't comment but have been watching, thank you too. And I will see you next week. Look out for that unboxing video. Have a great time, great weekend. Bye.